afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, June 22nd, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, and the days get shorter. If you could, for excuse me, a moment, and it is a challenge for most. Picture that you had two different visions, okay? And the two different visions was one of scarcity and one of abundance. But you didn't know you were wearing glasses, or you didn't realize that you had two visions. And a lot of us have the perspective of scarcity, where we're in emotion constantly worrying, stressing, and fearing about lack of. And we know what this does. See, it's kind of a catch-22 for a lot of people, because they don't realize that they're creating more of the same by being in that emotion. See, the emotion is the power from the ego mind to the heart mind, instead of the heart mind over the ego mind. So the emotion is the power, so that it generates those thoughts that literally petrify people. And as they get more and more into that, of stressing, fearing, worrying, they create more of it. But yet they don't know that. They don't know that they create more. They don't understand or believe that they're the ones who do it all. They're the ones who do it all. And whatever comes your way, you can depict it, that most of it, majority of the time, is going to be wonderful. The only time it's not is when you go into lower frequency. The lack of, the scarcity, the worry, the fear. Because everything around us we create. Everything that we walk into, we've already created before we walk into it. So, when you realize that you've got a choice, and the clarity of the choice, imagine if the majority of the civilization had that awareness. Okay, I know now that if when I think in scarcity and fear and worry, I'm going to create more. It's automatic. It isn't even debatable. So I know that I must not go into those lower frequencies of stress, worry, fear, lack of, and to concentrate in the area of abundance, of unending abundance. And here we plug in the universe, because the universe is there to provide you with every single thing you can imagine. And so how is that? The universe is a massive field of frequency energy, okay? We move energy into form. We are supreme reality. So it's deductive reasoning. So we understand that we deduce from our understanding that in the event that we concentrate on one area through the heart mind, that we desire something or someone or whatever it may be, that will be it will materialize. But the biggest challenge is that you get someone over here who's, let's just say, homeless, that has nowhere to go, and they're surviving. But why are they homeless? Well, and this is kind of interesting, because when we fall into the lower frequencies of, we don't trust ourselves, we don't trust what we can do or what we believe, so we stay in a stymied state of fear, anxiety, stress, worry, lack of. Because guess what? We embrace that. We hug it. We hold it. Like for dear life. We don't know that, but we do. The only reason it stays around is because we hug it. We hold it. It's like when you're a kid, you had a little blanket or something. You hugged it, hold it, you took it with you everywhere. And to let that go is really, really, really tough. And then people say, well, how can I be? You have no money, you have no necessities, clothes on your back, and you're just inching by. Because it isn't external. Never has been. But we've been trained that it is external. See? We've been trained that we have to wait for something, or that something is going to happen that will afford us to move us out of where we're at. So we wait for something to happen, when we are the something that's going to happen. We've always been something that's going to happen. So you see how it becomes so confusing, because all of that we are has been taken out of us. And now that's just an illusion, because it can't be taken from you or out of you. But your perspective can make it be so that you believe that, or that you operate that way. So that you're powerless, or you're not able to do anything. What do you expect me to do, Lost my job, or this happened, or that happened, and, the virus came, all this stuff. This is how it begins. It begins with your understanding of you, what you are, who you are, and that you know whatever the situation, you created it. And that isn't meant to be degrading of oneself, negative of oneself. It's accepting and surrendering. It's okay, so I created this. Let me think a minute here. Yeah, okay. Had I not been this, or thought this way, or thought this way, this would not have happened. But because it happens, it's a good thing. Why is it a good thing? Why is it a good thing? When I lose everything in my house, and I'm homeless, and this type of thing. And I'm just using this as an example. There's many other avenues that we experience. But this one seems to be the most prevalent fear factor of the civilization, of not having a place to be, not having a place to lay your head down, not having food to eat, not having water to drink. It is our basic necessities of living, of survival as a species. So when we understand this without being complicated, we begin to direct our emotions to thought, not thought to emotion. We direct our emotion to thought. Okay? And when we're aware that the emotion, the heart mind, is the thought generator of bliss and joy, abundance and wealth and happiness and gentleness and kindness. Now, unless we choose to journey within and find the God within us, and to be gentle with ourselves and to be kind to ourselves, then we're not going to do too well with the heart mind over the ego mind, because it's blurred. And when it's blurred, you can't see too well. You don't know. You can't make out the figures. You can't make out what's happening. You just kind of go into guessing. So, can you imagine that we all are, every one of us, are magnificently powerful, spectacular, magniglorious, creating machines, moving energy into reality every second. In fact, every split of a split of a split of a second. It's without fail. So you can imagine this, because we've all experienced it in this life, where you're at with your emotions and how you view yourself depicts what you're going to experience. That's it. Where you're at with yourself. Have you surrendered? Have you been kind and gentle, and you practicing that with yourself? Are you non-judging of yourself and non-critical? Do you go with the flow? Do you embrace every second with the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitude? Are you in love with yourself and the God within? Do you practice these things because you desire to, not because you have to, not because it's a duty, but because you desire to? That's the big thing. This isn't religion. This is awareness of the God within, the spirit, the higher self, the soul, all of it. And it is up to each and every one of us to determine what direction we're going to take. Is it going to be more of the same for this civilization, or is it going to change? Is it going to shift? How does that happen? One at a time. It happens one at a time. And the only way it happens is because each of us decide it to happen. We surrender to it. We understand that the God, the pure consciousness within, is our haven, is our nirvana. It is our bliss, our joy. Why aren't we that way outside of ourselves? And why is it so difficult for us to connect with the God within? Because of the fact that the ego mind is in control most of the time, if not always, and dictates to our heart mind how to believe, what to feel, how to doubt. There's no such thing as doubt. See? The only reason that we have doubt, it is a thought that we create into reality. That's exactly what it is. It is a lack of confidence within the love that we are, because we are too involved with externality of our existence. And this creates, through our perspectives, fear, which is simply a thought. And fear is the instigator to just about everything that occurs within us. It is a cascading effect. Fear then turns into worry. Worry then turns into stress. Stress turns into anxiety, in doubt, and lack of confidence. You see how it cascades? It literally, it expands. And it's hubbed from the initiation of fear, which is absolutely just a thought. It is totally harmless. It has no bearing on anything. Okay? So picture yourself walking down the aisle of a store, but the store has all these good things, but you don't know what they're going to taste like. You have no idea, because you've never heard of the ingredients. But you say, okay, I'm going to try this and see what it tastes like. So say it tastes horrible, and you almost want to just regurgitate. And then the next can that you come to, that you pick up, you're fearful. Fearful? Fear, why? Because of the experience you had with the first can that you thought was going to taste good. So it instills a thought, which then materializes materializes into a fear thought, which then we embrace and create into reality. It's knowing how to navigate ourselves. It's knowing that when we engage some of these things, it's kind of like being aware of it and then saying, I'm not going to engage that. I'm not going to entertain that thought. I don't care to. It's not going to serve me any good because I already have done that. I've already done that with thoughts. Embraced them, and then, their fear. Now, someone says, I'm going to come over there and beat you. Well, it does stimulate fear in people. It's just it has nothing to do with the actual action that usually is never carried out. It is what we are. It's what we are about. And it's how sensitive we are to external authority. See? Some people feel that they're being hard. They're hard people. They're viewed by other people as being hard people. Why is that? Because their consternation or how they feel about themselves is that they're not going to entertain. They're not concerned about anybody around them or what other people think. They have no care about it whatsoever. Therefore, they don't engage it. They don't engage it. So it goes away. It just kind of, it never takes hold. Let's put it that way. It never takes hold. If you don't give something time or energy or attention, how can it form into reality? It can't. And it never will. The only time it will is if you decide that it will, by embracing that thought, creating it into a reality. You can't talk enough about this because so many people would, oh yeah, I know all about that. I know all about it. But are you practicing it with yourself? Knowing about it's great, but if you never use it or practice it, then knowing about it isn't worth anything. So it's discovering ourselves and making a choice for ourselves, determining, do I want or do I desire to literally wear fear glasses my whole existence? So wherever I look, whatever I look at is fear. And then I turn the fear into a reality. I embrace that thought, and I create it into a reality. And so I live that fear. As soon as you start worrying about something, as soon as you get that feeling, we all know what that feeling is. But as soon as we start worrying, what happens? We all know what happens. It begins to fester, and it begins to intensify, and it expands. The worry expands. Whatever it is you may be worrying about, and it continues to expand. Now, why is it, people say, why is it that when I worry so much about something, it usually never happens? Why is that? Because you have a fear of the fear. Because you don't fully embrace it. It's coming from the ego mind and not the heart mind. So sometimes the heart mind takes over and the ego mind does not have a chance. And that's why a lot of the times when we worry about something, it never comes into fruition. It never materializes. It never does. Because it's tug of war between the heart mind and the ego mind. Heart mind is much more powerful. So it wins in a way. It supersedes the power of the ego mind by far. But now when you move yourself into an understanding that I have no interest in thinking about that or embracing that thought. So you dismiss it before it even comes in. You got $10 to your name and you say to yourself, what am I going to do? Well, you have a choice. You go with the flow. You surrender. Release. You don't obstruct the universe and the flow of abundance. And then people say, well, how can I have a flow of abundance when I only have $10 to my name and I don't have any money? That affirmation solidifies a continuation of lack of. You see how that works and how finite it is? How we are seduced and tricked by ourselves, by the ego, by the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind will come in and tell you sometimes you're doing this, and it goes, oh, you better remember that one time? Better be careful about this. It could be horrible. And it never is, because most of us never step into it. And then those that do, the unknown, they say, man, this is great. I'm so glad I decided to do this. I was apprehensive at first. I was very skeptical at first. But I am so glad I did it, because it's wonderful. And that happens. Now, other times we say, well, I wish I never would have done this. I wish I never would have decided to do it. So it depends on your state of existence within and without, on how things will come in to reality, how you'll move energy into form. So you have a choice. And we're going to go over a special process to eliminate a lot of things in another call that are going to help a lot of people if they embrace it and they practice it. But if they just grab it and collect it and do nothing with it, then it's the same old, same old. Now, here is a simple, easy, comprehensible practice from the heart mind. From the heart mind, not the ego mind. Manifesting is as easy as breathing. So when you focus on your breathing, that's how simple it is. So creating into reality is as easy as breathing. So as you breath in and breath out, and you concentrate on not embracing thoughts of doom and gloom and lack of, and you shift your gear as you breath in, you're breathing in divine positive energy, which basically every single time is manifesting, creating to reality what it is you desire. And then you just surrender it. The reason we surrender it is because a lot of us get too tied up with it. We get too obsessed with it. We get too intense with it. And we don't let go of it, which stops it from being moved into reality, created into reality. And that's what happens to a lot of us. We hold on to it so tight. We're so intense with it. We're so fixated with it that it doesn't come to be. But boy, I'll tell you what, when you breathe easy, you understand that breathing is just a very easy, natural thing, and that literally moving things, creating things into reality, manifesting things that you desire are effortless. And when you get that feeling and keep that feeling in the heart mind, you'll notice that things will completely shift. I've seen people that had nothing and then chose not to be in fear, chose to be in gratitude, and within a matter of a few days, their whole life had changed. And they knew it. It wasn't a surprise to them. They knew it. So it's always been designed for us to guide ourselves through the God within. This pure consciousness is connected to everything and everything. And we hold a piece of the pure consciousness within us. Creating into reality is as easy as breathing. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted and I'm sure we all are, first thing we want to do is relax our bodies. And why do we relax our bodies? Well, it's important to just let go. It's practicing. Letting go of things. Let anything, all the attachments that we picked up in the last 24 hours, let it go. It's kind of like airing things out, opening up the windows, letting cross-ventilation breeze come in a summer day. That's what it's about. Listening to the leaves flutter in the trees. Doing nothing. You don't have to do anything. It's just experience it. We're always doing something because we're experiencing, whether we know it or not. So you relax the body to allow that. When your body's stressful and tense, what is it going to do? It's going to cause issues for you. It's going to create other things that you will focus on, that you will begin to worry and stress. So our whole point is to alleviate as much stress, which is external authority. That's what stress is. External authority causes stress. And I don't just mean with parasitical leaders or anything else like that. I just mean the external pressure of outside of you creates stress for you. So when you relax the body, you alleviate the stress. The majority of it goes right out the window. So from head to toe, inside and out, the body relaxes. You drop your shoulders. You let go of everything. You surrender. No attachments, no expectations. Also, we want to move into the now. Why the now? Because the now is it. It's all we have. It's all we've ever had. And it is a wonderful thing for us to focus only on the now. Because if we focus on things that are not in the now, if we focus on things that are not in the now, we get in trouble. We find ourselves getting stressed, worried, fearful. It's a never-ending cycle until we stop the cycle. And only we can stop the cycle. So in the now, what is it like being in the now? I've had people ask me that. What is it like being in the now? What does it mean? And you say, well, being in the now is when whatever it is you're doing in the moment, you focus on that. You experience deep gratitude on that. You are happy and joyous. You ever ask yourself? You ever say, Barbara, are you happy? To yourself. And you say, yes, I'm happy. And you feel it through the heart-mind. No matter what's going on. Doesn't matter what's going on outside of you one bit. And so this other feeling comes in. It says, are you sure you're happy? And you go, absolutely, I'm happy. That affirmation alone will shift your frequencies enormously. It isn't difficult to do at all. But when you start having conversations with yourself through the heart-mind, you'd be amazed at how you shift, how your frequency changes. Where you sit there and say, you get up in the morning and you say, I am happy. And of course, the other frequency comes in and says, are you sure you're happy? Yes, I'm absolutely happy. And then you add on to it, I'm deeply grateful to be in the now, right in this moment. I'm grateful to be aware that I'm in the now. So being in the now stills the mind. It stills the ego mind. It stills the subconscious mind. It ends the chatter, the noise that we all are bombarded with. And some of us will sit there and say, well, we reminisce, we'll go into the past. Nothing wrong reminiscing. Problem is that we get seduced with it, and we do it. We go into it heavily with our heart minds, and then what we do is we grab it and we take it into a future that doesn't exist, and then we create that future from our past and relive the past and the future that we just created. And that's why a lot of people will say, I feel like I've been running in circles my whole life. Is it a bad thing? No, it's a choice. Now, it may not be a conscious choice, but it is a choice. So does it make sense to relive something that we've already experienced, or does it make more sense to move forward and experience new things and expand ourselves, nurture and understand more of who and what we are? So the space between heartbeats is the moment, and the moment is the now. And as long as we can concentrate on only being in the moment, moment to moment, things will massively shift for each and every one of us in a much higher frequency, in a much more loving, gentle, and kind existence. Now we also bring in breathing. Breathing is paramount. We can't, if we don't breathe, we have to leave the body. So it's very paramount. It's very powerful. It relaxes us. It eases us. It focuses us on the now. Because the breath is in the now, it's only in the now. You don't have future breath. You don't have past breath. You only have now breath. And we're breathing in as we take in very nicely, very easily. We breath in through the nose, divine positive energy. And visualize this exercise. We take that divine positive energy, we breath in very easy, very wonderfully, and as we do that, we picture bringing it up through the center of our bodies, through the 7 wheels of light, through the 7 chakras. What are the chakras? The chakras are the connections with the etherical, the spiritual to the physical, and back from the physical to the spiritual. It is our gateway. It is our connection to the God, to our pure consciousness. It is all that we are. And these wheels of light, as you bring that divine positive energy, as you breath in, we start with the root chakra, the Muladhara. And this is the energy, stability, comfort, and safety. It is the I am, and it is the red wheel of light. And then we move to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. And that is sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, sociability, I feel. And then we move to the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This is strength, personality, power, determination, I do. And then we move that divine positive energy, that breath in, through the green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata. And this is acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity, I love. And then we move it up to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. Communication, expression, creativity, inspiration, I talk. Then we continue to move it up to the violet wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the Ajna. Intuition, lucidity, meditation, trust, I see. And then finally to the crown chakra, the purple wheel of light, the Sahasrara. This is the knowledge, the consciousness, the fulfillment, the spirituality, the I understand. Now picture that divine positive energy bringing it up through those wonderful chakras, wheel of light, all the way to the crown chakra, all the way to the back of the head. Now, just for a brief moment, you hold it. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that moment, you compress it and condense it into pure, high-frequency energy. Very powerful energy. And then you softly release it over the pineal gland. It saturates the pineal gland. And it brings the pineal gland into full motion, into full awareness. It's just like the pineal gland is like a rosebud, and it doesn't look like much when you see the bud. and then it begins to bloom, and it reveals its true power and beauty. And this is an immortal rose that blooms, and we do this as we breath in this divine positive energy, and we saturate the pineal gland, and it becomes fully bloomed. And it is very important while we're in these bodies to have it fully functional, because it's the gateway of all the particles of existence. It's the gateway to pure consciousness, and it's the gateway to beyond. So it's very important. Just picture that and visualize it. You're supercharging the pineal gland, connecting through all the wheels of light, all your chakras, concentrating the divine positive energy of breath in, and combining all that and compressing it into pure liquid energy. And you're releasing it over the pineal gland. And as you do that, we all understand that we are consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude. And we're one. We merge with the body. The God within, the pure consciousness, merges with the body, the heart, mind. So we become one. So what we are within, we are without. So what we are inside, we are outside. And that's most of our journey, to establish that. Now, obviously, we know the ego mind's there, because when we breath out, there's the ego mind. Ego mind sits there and says, no, you don't need to do any of this, because we've been doing fine all these years just with me. What you say? Ego mind, I'm in charge here, not you. Please take a seat. You don't do it vindictively or angrily or anything. You do it with love. And the day will come when the ego mind is no longer there. Now we have others with us. This is a gathering. This is a daily gathering around this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, at the equator, forming a circle of light, engaging in a meditation for the liberation of this planet and the civilization, on and above and below it. So we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. This is a civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency than we do. Does it make them better? No. Remember, we're all one. So they've been helping us for a long time. We've been helping them for a long time. So they're consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. Now, thousands can surround any one of us at any one time. That's pure bliss. And the reason that's so is because their frequency allows them to take up a small amount of space in a large number. Then we also have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Tel, Thought, many, many, many more. And these are those who have ascended out of physical form into God form. God form's pure consciousness. This is the light, the high frequency. This is what they hold. We are beings who have ascended into body to experience the physical. They've experienced the physical many different times. We are experiencing the physical, and we have many different times. We are all perfecting. We're all moving forward, and we're all advancing in our own way, in our own direction. Now, the Ascended Masters are consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude. And we're all together. The archangels are in the trillions. The many, many, many Ascended Masters. There's all of us. we're all together, and we're going to form a circle of light with the pure consciousness and the God within all of us. Now, obviously, we're going to call out to all of the particles of existence, all the different facets of us that are of pure consciousness of the God. So we call upon all of the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this gathering, in the forming of the circle of light. Now, they come in the googolplexes. The one googolplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions of googolplexes from every direction. We also call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, agartha, beneath earth, and only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us. This now, in this meditation, in this gathering, the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions. Now, we also call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this gathering, in this forming of the circle of light. But we also call upon all the galactics and off-worlders. Now, just in this quadrant of the galaxy, just in this solar system, over 1,000 species, civilizations traverse and move through here every day. We're only familiar with a fraction of them. Pleiadians, Assyrians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Feline, Zeta Reticuli, Greys, Nords, Dracos, Golden Pyramid, Avians, Saturnians, Jupiterians, Venusians, and they come in the billions, and only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us. And they have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And the gathering continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, this gathering, the forming of the circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Now, there's trillions of them. Shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations of which many we've never, ever seen before. And just to name a few of them, fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trolls, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. So we're all gathered here at this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. And arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods together, we join. And immediately, a brilliant explosion of light, the circle of light, our God consciousness, pure consciousness, of the highest high vibrational frequency, basically illuminating the entire space, bringing out darkness of space. We're all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And we are all one, all of us, and we are all the God, the pure consciousness, and we are all the love. And our God light energy within each and every one of us is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. All of us continue. We begin to ascend up above the planet. And as we do this, the circle of light is bathing everything in pure, deep, eternal love. And we move into a gossamer field of trillions of vibrant, reflective, colored lights. And we were first met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our power, our strength, our resolve. Then we are met with the white fire. This is the column that reminds us that through high vibrational frequency, we adorn ourselves with the armor of God, pure consciousness, and it is impenetrable, and we are completely protected inside and out, head to toe, because of such a high vibrational frequency of deep eternal love and gratitude. Now, only we, each of us, can choose, if we lower our vibrational frequencies deeply enough, we diminish our white fire armor, we allow these low frequencies to come in. If that happens, we are also met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us that if we do that, and only we can do it with ourselves, no one else, only you can, we bring in the purple transmuting flame. We transmute all of those lower vibrational frequencies, lower dark matter frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies, into neutral light substance. And we send it back to pure consciousness. It is no more. We then are met with the column of the violet ray. This reminds us that we can bring the violet ray in anytime behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can purify and cleanse the area where these low frequencies were housed. And this restores our white fire armor, and it increases our vibrational frequency to the highest of the deepest eternal love and gratitude. We're also met with the golden white pink light. This column reminds us that we are the love, that we are the peace, that we are the joy, that we are the bliss, that we are the gentleness, we are the kindness, we are the generosity, we are the humbleness, we are the bliss, we are the joy, we are the peace, we are the tranquility, we are the benevolence. We are reminded by this color combination all the time throughout this life that we are in currently. It comes in the sunsets. It comes in the sunrise. It comes in the rainbows. It comes in reflections in the sky. It is everywhere. It is us. It is our deep eternal love of which we're made, of the highest high frequencies. It is of our pure consciousness, the one, the God. It is our joy, our peace, our paradise, our abundance, our bliss, our joy. Now, we continue to ascend, and we see this massive column that we created that's larger than the solar system. Now, this column, we designed it, and it's opaque, and it has these prismatic trillions of reflective colors that are vibrating outward. It's like an aura of trillions of vibrant colors. And then we look at the top. We designed the top so that the golden ocean can cascade down 360 degrees nonstop. And the golden ocean saturating everybody. Visualize all of these saturations, the column, the golden ocean. Each of us hold the drop of the golden ocean. We are. And we hold the essence of the golden ocean. This is pure, deep, eternal joy, bliss, love, happiness. It's what we're made of. And it floods this planet and all life, everything and everything, the highest value in the universes. Now, we look over just a bit and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. And we add to it every day googleplexes of us, trillions of us, billions, from everywhere, from all creation and existence. And our sphere holds well over 800 meditations. And we created it well over 2 years ago. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand, and that's why it can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It's massive. And everything is focused on all the life on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. And it just continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Millions and millions of us meditating every day without expectation and without attachments. And we know within our heart mind that everyone on this planet is being lifted into higher and higher frequency. And as they're lifted, they adjust and they awaken and they become more aware of the God within them and their pure consciousness. And we are doing this all because we all deserve the best of everything. And we all are creating the paradise, the planet, the God, the pure consciousness, where we will exist in perfect harmony. And this has been engaged, and this cannot be undone. So it is, so it shall be. And you choose. Do you breath in, and do you embrace abundance with the universe, or do you breath in and do you embrace lack of? I'm sure we will find that all of us will breath in and embrace the abundance that we are, and the lack of, once and for all, shall be retired. Join in the meditation, I'll return to close us out. key. Breathe out gently. Move slowly. You are the one, you are the love, you are the God. Your power to create into reality anything that you desire is no more difficult than breathing. So you choose to create reality your desires and to be in your natural state of abundance thinking, and you retire the lack of thinking, which is externality. Embrace this, let it go. Take it with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. We'll be back here Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.